I've done martial arts in the past. I took a long break because as I was getting older, I didn't want to get hurt. I met Roy 3 years ago now. He came to my gym, and he was coming there to do fitness stuff, and we started talking about Jiu Jitsu, and I ended up being his client, not the other way around. So for my son, it's always been something I wanted him to do just because I had some understanding of it. And Roy is a phenomenal fit for training kids and adults, but kids as well. I don't think I had any specific goals. I knew I wanted something to help my son develop, work ethic, discipline, some grit, like toughen him up a little bit. Not that he isn't, he's a boy, he's tough enough, but I think in today's society, we're a softer society than we've been in the past. And I wanted him to get those things. I didn't really have any goals in mind, but I wanted him to develop some character traits that I think this would be helpful in helping develop. Without question, confidence, definitely confidence. I think a willingness to try, a willingness to fail, and make an attempt, even if it doesn't turn out the way you wanted to. I think it's having a significant positive impact, and I see it. It's funny. I just kind of put this together a couple of weeks ago. I see it even more when I come in here and roll with him, even though I'm 3 times his size and I dominate him. It somehow it's helping. That contributes to it as well when he rolls with Dad. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't ever really any particular incident. I just know that it's helped him develop confidence in dealing with difficult situations at school or with friends. Frequently, and I can't think of any specific moments that he said anything, but frequently he'll refer back to things that he learned here or to just lessons that he learned in Jiu Jitsu. So I guess the short answer is no, I can't think of anything specific, but I do know there have been times when I've been talking to him and he said, I'm dealing with this thing, or I've got a friend who said this or did that. And he will refer back to things that coach has talked about. And that's really cool. I like that. Yeah, I think so. Not enough. The room's still a mess, and, we still got to fight over doing schoolwork. But I think that's just part of being a kid. But certainly, like I mentioned previously, there's just an awareness and an understanding of the need for discipline, the need to do hard work at times. And I think there's more of a willingness to do those things after having been through this. And if there's not, we can always use this to have the conversation. And this gives us kind of some talking points. Oh, he loves it. I would never do it, and don't let him see this, but this is something I hold over his head. I'm like, if you don't do what I tell you to do, you don't go to Jiu Jitsu this week. And I haven't had to actually take it away, but he loves it. It's a big part of his life. I don't know that he's ever said it, but I think he likes the confidence that he gets out of it, and the feeling that he gets from coming in and doing hard things and succeeding and moving on with life. Phenomenal. In fact, there was an incident. So first of all, Roy's just a phenomenal human being and wonderful, not just with everybody, but especially with kids. He's great with kids. And so I love, so my wife has been here, watching class. My parents have been, my in-laws have been, everybody's been here. And everybody, without exception, when they leave here, they talk about, they love the principles that he's teaching these kids. Sure, sometimes he can talk for a while and you see the kids getting kind of antsy, but the things that he's teaching are highly valued. And as a parent, sometimes your kids listen to you less than they listen to other people in some situations. And so it's wonderful. We're obviously teaching a lot of these things, but it's wonderful for them to hear it from other people that they respect. And so he's instilling traditional values that I think are really important. And he also does when you first asked the question, something popped into my head about him. There's a situation where my son was doing something in class that was not appropriate. And he just handled it very well. And then he had a very adult conversation with my son, who, took it very well from him and played up his act quickly because, coach was willing to have that conversation with him. And anyway, I think it's great. And I love that it's coming from somebody other than their parents, because they hear it from us all the time. Overall satisfaction with the program, I love it. I said at the beginning, I had done some jiu-jitsu and other forms of fighting back when I was in the military. When I got out, I kind of avoided it because a lot of the people that I trained with were not good training partners, and they would just break you. They would wreck you. And as I'm getting older, like I can't afford to get hurt. It's not as cool to get hurt anymore, and so I stopped doing it for a long time. And when I met Coach for the first time, he had a philosophy that really set me at ease about getting back in. And I could just tell that he sets the tone for the academy, and he sets the right tone. Like, hey, you don't have to kill everybody. You don't have to go hard all the time. And so I think they have a great philosophy here, and I love what they're doing. But I definitely do, for all the reasons that I've talked about. I recommend it to a lot of people. Just for the values that he's teaching. I mean, teaching kids to shake hands, look in people's eyes, stuff like that. I think that's really important these days. But also, I think it's a great skill for boys and girls to learn. Without question, the philosophy from the top down. I love Coach's philosophy on the purpose of it, the purpose of learning it, both for children and, in developing character, for adults and learning how to defend themselves and their family and their loved ones outside of here. But also his training philosophy, and you don't have to go hard all the time to learn these skills and become proficient at it.